Hey Courtney, happy game week. I was just
Happy
going
game
to go. I know the
week!
last, I know the last time we met with you, you talked about some injuries, like that they had recovered from. I know Carly, you just weren't diving at the time. I know you talked about Kamari as well. Is everybody pretty much good to go for this weekend?
Yeah, Carly's ready to go. I don't know that she's dove a couple times, so she's ready to go fully. Kamari is actually just had another injury, so she will be out for the year. So she'll be
Gotcha.
redshirting.
Okay, gotcha. And right field, has that become more clear? I know there was about 6 or 7 last time, so has that become a little
Well,
bit more
let's
clear?
just get right into it, Kyle. Yeah, no, I think that we have the pieces to kind of mix and match what we need to there. I think it's hard to say that Kaylee Wyckoff's not going to um, be in the lineup, and so right now the best way to put her, although she can play right, she can play first, she can catch for us, but she'll probably start out there in right field.
And you're right. I probably should have started off with this. I'm just so excited for the season, but just talk about how excited y'all are to start the season. Obviously, you've been playing against each other quite a bit. So now that you're playing a team with a different uniform, how excited are you about that?
Oh, well, we're really excited about that. When you line it up against each other for so long, you just want to see a different color and different faces over there. Maybe, although they're going to know most everything about. Yeah, I think we're excited to test where we're at. I think that we feel as ready as we can be, at this time. And so now it's just like, okay, how are we going to line it up against another team? What adjustments are we going to need to make? Who are we going to be? And so I think, yeah, we're excited for this week. It's come faster than usual. Usually, like, I don't know, last week's typically like the longest week of like the season as you're like ready, but like it's still like a little further away. And maybe the snow kind of made it go faster, but we're ready to go. And it's going to be warmer here than Myrtle Beach, so that's always neat. But we're ready. This team's ready, and I'm excited to see what they're made of.
Next question.
I'll go next. I've only got a couple. Although you just said it's going to be warmer in Fayetteville than Myrtle Beach, so now I have an extra couple, but we'll leave that
Yeah.
alone for the time
What I
being.
mean, what is they got 5 to 7 inches of snow in Myrtle Beach. It's going to be like in the 60s here, and we're going to be playing in 40 there. So cool. Anyway, what do you?
Well, I want to know when you go into a week like this where you've got a UVA team, tournament team, coastal team, got some veterans and all that. Obviously, you want to win. That's the understood part. So I'm not asking that level of a stupid question, but I do want to know it's week one, good opponents. What do you want to see beyond the wins for your team? What do you want to come out of this week one? It's the first time on the field, etc.
Yeah, well, I want to see how we compete collectively. I want to see what we do when things guaranteed with this lineup and who we face. There's going to be moments where things don't go as expected, and what are we going to do? How are we going to answer that? How are we going to respond? And I think every coach is like, how are we going to show up? Obviously, we're going to be excited to play, but how are we going to show up and how are we going to execute?
Do you like starting on the road right off the bat to see what you're made of road trip? Even maybe not planned for 40 degrees, but the other things that go into a road trip, do you like that?
Sure. I mean, I like playing wherever. I'm just excited to play. Um, I think that you have to get comfortable playing on the road at home.
Y'all got frozen for a second,
Okay.
but you're back. Am I good to hop in, Hunter?
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, just if you could go over maybe just these three teams you're facing, kind of strengths of them. Starting I guess with Virginia and Akron, since that's who you play first, and then Coastal. Like, what is there to know about these teams?
Well, I mean, lining it up with Virginia game one, it's like ready or not, let's go. Let's see what we're made of. They have strong pitching returning in the circle. They have, three really explosive offensive players returning. And so we have to believe that they're gonna, have some really strong young ones and what's gonna come up. But when you're, digging in of like, okay, how are we gonna game prep for the Hiltons of their lineup? It's gonna challenge us right away. And then how are we gonna dig in on Bingham and the rest of their staff? And so They are always well coached. Joanna's done a really great job since being there. They get better every year, and so we expect that from Virginia. Um, Coastal swings it. They swing it. I think they have two players that are returning with over 20 home runs, and so we know we're going to get challenged in that way too. So we're going in to play three teams that are really well coached, really well prepared. They have a good blend of returning power and pitching, and so we're going to be challenged from all three. Craig at Akron, we've known Craig and his teams for a long time. They're always well coached. They're always gritty, and so that's what we expect from Akron as well.
And I know she's only she's still an underclassman, a sophomore, but Ella, just with how outgoing vocal she is and having had her here for a whole year now, do you sense from her, like, of course you have a lot of seniors on the team, but has she taken on any of that just vocal leadership role among this team being one of those returners?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that even as a freshman, she had a vocal leadership role, which says even more about who she is as a player. But yeah, I think especially with losing Bree on the other corner and how they fed off each other, personality wise, and just being just really dynamic that way. Like yeah, she's continued to raise that. She's elevated every part of her game, so that's no different.
That's what I was going to ask next. Maybe just specifics of what you've seen Ella improve on now that you've had her here for a whole, off season and all that stuff that goes with it.
Well, I think for Ella, I didn't know it was possible, but she came back fitter, she came back stronger, she came back hungrier, she's works even harder, and she has a year of college softball and just like the maturity and this just being more seasoned. She has all of those things. And so I, we're I'm excited to see what she does this year. She is in a really great spot, and she's going to hold it down at third. She's incredible there. We're going to see her hit with more power. She's such a complete hitter anyway, but we're going to see her exert her will a little bit more. I'm excited to see this version of Ella McDowell.
And I'm curious with y'all, how do y'all handle, I mean, of course, in the preseason, all these things come out, like, preseason SEC finish, player rankings, etc. There's all this stuff coming at y'all. How do y'all handle that type of maybe outside noise? Is it something y'all listen to at all? Is it, I don't know. And there's a lot coming at you though.
You've been around me enough to know we don't listen to it at all. I think that anytime any one person or your team is recognized, it's a compliment. So it's a compliment, but this team hasn't done anything yet, and these players haven't done anything yet this year, and they know that. And so I think we look at the preseason rankings and we're like, okay, cool. Like we expect to be up there. That's why they came here. That's why they signed to play at Arkansas. We are expected to be considered a top program. And then I think when you start seeing I think all of our players are really good. Like I get like, wait, why did they not vote this one? Why did they not vote that? Like, what? What are they thinking? And so I think, yeah, we're expected to see some of our big players on there. I was expecting to see more. So hopefully, like this team always, they expect to be considered. And I think there's a level of having a chip on your shoulder of always like we're still always wanting to prove ourselves. And so I think it's a good blend.
And then last thing I want to ask is what makes Dakota such a great defender? I mean, we know she's a Gold Glover, but like what specifically is she out there just her strong suits?
She's so steady. Like she just makes the plays. She gets good reads. She just takes care of the ball. I didn't know where you were gonna go with that question. Like I thought initially you're gonna be like, what makes Dakota so good? It's like, but when you went to defense, it's like I'll gladly talk about her defense. I'll gladly talk about her offense. She only knows how to go one speed, so um, she only knows how to work hard. And she will give you everything she has on every rep that she takes, defensively, offensively, in the box, on the bases, everything. And so there's no in the classroom, in life, like there is no surprise to me being around her just for a minute or a day or a week. There is no surprise that she is really good at everything that she does.
See, that's all I have.
Any more questions?
Oh.
Kyle?
I got one quick one about pitching. So I don't want to ask you to give away too much of your plan, but is it, and it depends on how the games flow, but are you kind of planning on maybe trying to get everybody some innings this weekend? And then also wanted to get an update on Cam. I know obviously, she's one of your pitchers, but you've been repping her at DP, repping her in outfield. So where do you kind of see, her spot right now?
Well, I'll start with the pitching staff. I think you always go into the that's always our intention. We're also going to like if someone's rolling and we need to like we want to win the games. We want to win the games that we're in. So we always have a plan for who's going to start, who's going to be middle, who's going to be late. We'll adjust as we need to. Our plan is to get everyone out there. But our plan is also to win every game we're in. So when it comes to Cam, she's I mean, she looks really good. She looks really good in the circle. She's swinging it really well right now. So I expect to use her in both roles. I think that's the thing early is DP is something we're going to have to get multiple hitters going. And so I think that's one that we're going to see just kind of switch or rotate a little bit more. But, anytime she's pitching and the way she's swinging it, she's just going to open up more opportunities for herself. And I'm really excited for her. She's worked her tail off. She's learned so much. She's grinded and she's ready.